Hello, everyone. It is July 1st, 2024. I'm Karen Connolly from the Scituate Select Board, here to give you the weekly town update with our town administrator, Jim Boudreau. A couple of things. First of all, and most importantly, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who came to town meeting last Monday night. The Select Board is particularly happy to have the water treatment plant funding approved, and we thank everyone who came. It was unfortunately a lightly attended meeting, but the people who were there really care about this issue, and they showed how much they cared by voting in favor of continuing the construction of the new water treatment plant. So thank you to everyone who came, and looking forward to seeing everyone at the next town meeting, maybe better attendance. The other thing is we have many events, not many events, but a few events this week. There's a CONCOM meeting, which is the Conservation Commission meeting tonight. There is a second annual Cape Verde Independence Day celebration. We had our first one last year, and it was just terrific. And I encourage people to look on the website to get details. They would love to share the celebration with as many people as possible. And it's a great thing for our town to have yet another sister city relationship. And that is coming up on July 5th. There is also a Hummerock Beach cleanup this weekend. And next week, there's a Board of Health meeting on Monday night and a CPC meeting on Monday night. The other thing is I'd like to call people's attention to, on the town news site, there's a listing of board and committee openings. There aren't many listings right now, but as the year starts, we get more and more openings. There are quite a few right now, but what I'd like to ask people is to look at the board and committee announcements and see if you have an interest in any of the boards and committees. And even if you don't find something, if you go onto our larger website, there's a listing of all the boards and committees in town. We've got about 50 of them. So if you see something that's not on the current list, it might come up as we progress through the year. So I encourage people to take a look at it. And I would particularly like to point out that these aren't just committees that talk. They do things. And if anyone has noticed all the new signs for the beaches around town, you will like to point out that that was actually initiated and done by the Beach Commission. So they do great things, these committees, and I would encourage everyone to think about it if you have any time at all. All right, so now over to Jim.
Good morning, thank you. Happy July, everybody. It's going to be a beautiful week this week, so please get out and enjoy. We'll start with our water update. Tack Factory Ponds at +2. Last week it was at +175, so it's up a little bit. The reservoirs at +1.5, which is down slightly from last week's 1.75. Rainfall the last 7 days measured at the plant was 1.25 inches, and average daily demand for the last week was 1.515 million gallons a day, down slightly from the previous week's 1.678. As we get into the heavy usage times, we do ask you to please conserve water. It is our most precious resource. You can go to the town website and see the restrictions on water usage on the town water page. Also from the water department, in the coming months, some residents will receive a communication from the water department regarding the mandated EPA lead and copper survey that is going on. This does not mean that these residents have a lead and copper issue, or even that they have any lead in any of their service lines. For the EPA survey, we'll need to simply confirm the materials for all service lines. You'll be getting a mailer. It'll probably be a postcard with a QR code. Residents take a picture of their service line inside the house, and it will be sent to the water department where they'll verify the service line materials. Only residents who we currently don't have this information on file should receive this survey. So if you don't get it, it just means that we already have your information on file. If you have any questions, you can call the water department, 781-545-8735. This Thursday is the 4th of July. It's going to be a long 4th of July weekend. A reminder from Scituate Public Safety to stay safe this holiday weekend. The Scituate Police Department will have a significant presence throughout the entire holiday weekend, with additional officers on duty and a targeted presence along our beaches and waterfront areas. Officers will be focusing on disorderly behavior and public safety issues. Residents are encouraged to report disorderly behavior or public safety issues to the Scituate Police Department, 781-545-1212, or call 911. Some reminders from the police department: consumption of alcohol is not allowed in any public way, town property or beach. Also, private property, you cannot consume alcohol on private property without the consent of the owner or the person in control of the property. This is an arrestable offense, so please keep your alcohol out of public spaces. Consumption of marijuana is not allowed in public places. Underage consumption of alcohol and marijuana will be strictly enforced. Fireworks, including sparklers, are illegal in Massachusetts, just a reminder to everybody out there. Bonfires are not allowed. You can't have small cooking fires. You can go to the Scituate Police Department website for specifications on those. And parking is only allowed in designated areas. We really need you to keep your streets and roads clear so public safety vehicles can come through. So if you're having a party, please make sure you keep those roads clear for public safety vehicles. Finally, the Scituate Police Department, Harbor Master, and our law enforcement partners will take part in Operation Dry Water, a year-round boating under the influence awareness and enforcement campaign. The mission is to reduce the number of alcohol and drug-related incidents and fatalities, through increased recreational boater awareness and by fostering a stronger and more visible deterrent to alcohol use on the water. Paving of Route 3A is scheduled to start next week, with grinding on July 8th and the following week with paving, so we'll finally be getting that road taken care of. The Board of Health beach sampling is going underway now. Beach sampling takes place at Hummerock, Peggotty, Sand Hills, Egypt, Lighthouse, and Minot Beach. All beaches are currently open. The Recreation Department wants to remind residents that Scituate owns 4 beach wheelchairs available for Egypt, Peggotty, Hummerock, and Minot beaches. The Minot beach chair is stored at Recreation, requires transportation to the beach and back. You can contact the Recreation Department for information on how to sign that chair out and have it delivered down to Minot Beach. The Bike Committee would like to remind residents that with summer upon us, there are more people out walking and biking. So we ask motorists to take even more care when driving around town. They also want residents to be aware of a new law that has gone into effect and new signage that you might be seeing around town. Massachusetts law now requires distance between any vehicle and a biker to be 4 feet and at a safe passing speed. The town has posted several new signs throughout town to remind motorists of the 4-foot rule. By state law, the 4-foot distance to pass requirement applies not only to bikers, but to pedestrians and any road workers as well. This will mean if there's oncoming traffic and there's a biker in your lane, you will have to wait for the oncoming traffic to go by before you can pass. So please keep that in mind and please be on the lookout this summer. If you've been down on Jericho Road the past couple of weeks, you've seen we have a major water line replacement project going on down there. That project will be paused this week. There will be no heavy construction equipment on Jericho Road this week. You will see employees from the contractor and from the water department out there. They'll be doing some testing of the line, but there will not be any construction work down there this weekend. The work in the lighthouse, if you've been out there, the lighthouse looks great. The work is substantially complete. We're waiting for the installation of a dehumidifier in the interior and some punch list items on the actual lighthouse. The new LED light has arrived. It's here at the town hall. We'll be making arrangements to have that installed and tested. And we'll also be reinstalling the flagpole on top of the lighthouse so people see and love. Now, those will all be done prior to August 7th. August 7th is National Lighthouse Day, when the Scituate Historic Society and the town will be celebrating the renovation of the lighthouse. We'll be posting more details as that comes closer. And finally, as we go to July 4th weekend, the food pantry continues to thank you for your generosity and remind you of the need in town. Most needed items: canned chili, canned vegetables, cranberry juice, quick bread mix, rice pilaf, red and white beans, sloppy joe, spam, yellow cake mix, jello pudding, and jello pudding cups. Items can be dropped off at the food pantry during normal business hours or in the bins behind the old gates. Also, the library, village market, and Shaw's collect for the food pantry. That's what I have today. I hope everybody has a nice week and a happy 4th of July.
Thanks, Jim, and special thanks to those from those of us who use Route 3A on a regular basis. That's great news about the paving. So thanks for the news, and wishing everyone a happy and safe 4th of July week this week, right? At any rate, have a good week, everybody.